Hi everyone, I'm a short-term trader. With my spare capital, I invest, if you like, in my own trading strategy, and I trade all charts, not every day, but I can trade any chart, trade any market with the system that I use, and I often and mostly trade short-term. So in the morning, and this is a UK morning, or in an afternoon, and that will be a US open. For the first half an hour or an hour, then I'm looking to take trades, and I won't look to take trades on the 1 hour time frame or the 2 hour time frame or the 5 minute time frame even. I'll be looking to take trades on the 1 minute time frame and even shorter time frames as well, but I'm going to concentrate in this video on the 5 minute and the 1 minute time frames, because I think that's where you will find your value. And if you're attracted to the idea of taking a minimal amount of risk for a little bit of reward, and always with opportunities where the reward is potentially higher than the risk, then this is the sort of trading that you might be interested in. And it's quick, it's in and it's out. If you make a losing trade, you don't have to stare at a losing figure for long, because you get out. If you're trained in these techniques, if you're trained in this price action technique that I have, if you've taken my gold system training and my day trading training, then you'll be familiar with the type of trading that I do, and it works for you if you like the idea of getting in, getting out, not staring at the charts for too long with your money at risk. And your money's only at risk when you've pressed the buy or the sell button. You've committed money then, and you'll always have a definite idea as to when to get out. That's the type of trading. When I say get out, I mean when to take a profit, when to take a loss. It won't last long, the trades. Quick in, quick out, take your money or take your loss, and then get ready for another trade. That's the sort of trading I do. And here are the charts from today's action on the DAX, and I'll talk you through the trades that I took and why I took them, the way I analyze charts. So here we go. Here we've got the 5 minute chart on the left, and we've got the 1 minute chart on the right. So I use as you will know, the 5 minute chart as the master time frame and the 1 minute chart for my trading decisions. Okay, so I take trading decisions based on the price action within the 1 minute chart, and also momentum and price action on occasion from the 5 minute chart as well. Okay, on the chart I've got the 8 EMA, which is the blue line here, the 20 EMA, which is the red line, and I call it a river of value in between. Got that on both charts, and you'll also see I've got a momentum indicator on the bottom of the charts here as well, which is very useful for making trading decisions. Okay, so it's a combination that I look for, combination of 3 C's: context, content and confluence. I use the momentum indicator as confluence for my trades. Is that going up? You can see price goes up generally when the indicator on the master time frame, which is momentum, is also rising. And I use the price action in the candlesticks on the short time frame to make my decisions, and I'll make my decisions at a level of value which is within or on the edge of this river of value. And price likes to avoid staying within this river of value, and it bounces. So it bounces from the river, and sometimes, like here, it goes straight through it, and you can often tell when it's going straight through it. Okay, and that obviously is very useful. You can see that here price went straight through the river of value and then started going down straight through the river, and now it's going up and down within this river on the short-term chart, and it's still bouncing from the river on the longer term chart, and that's all due to momentum. Okay, momentum in this big up move that took place this morning is waning a little bit. You can see that we got a higher high here, and then we're getting lower highs throughout the candlesticks since then. Momentum is flattening out, and price is diverging almost with momentum. And when that happens, you tend to see a pullback or a reversal, and you have to wait and see which one that's going to be. And in the meantime, there are opportunities on the shorter term time frame and on the longer term time frames, and you have to look at both charts to judge where those opportunities are. So let's just go through the action. So first of all, what you do, coming up to the open this morning, let's just have a look at the 30-minute chart, and you would have had that view this morning. So the 30-minute chart obviously is going down drastically. Now when there's a big gap between the river and the high of the previous candlestick, you'd expect price to revisit the river, because it doesn't stay far away from the river for long. It keeps bouncing back. You can see what happened here, and that's a warning in a way. That's a warning. There's a big gap. Always look out for the biggest candlestick in a trend, which is, this is a trend leg, the biggest candlestick in the trend leg. Where is it? Here, probably here. When you get a massive candlestick or move in one direction towards the end of a trend, or towards the bottom of a trend after it's been extended for a while, you can expect some kind of reaction to that, because the sellers will be exhausted and the buyers will start getting interested, and that's exactly what happened here. So the first move this morning was down, and then you got a rebound because the price had gone too far. Look at that, that's a huge distance down here from the 8 EMA, and price had to go back to value in order to try and attract sellers, and by the time it went back to value, the buyers had got interested and took price through. Okay, and then it unraveled from there. So let's take this back to the 5-minute chart. There we go. So that, when that took place, that is these candlesticks here. Big move down, too far away from the EMA, had to come back, and by the time it got back to the EMA, momentum was in the other direction, because there were no sellers willing to risk their money, or fewer sellers wishing to risk their money at this point in time, that prices would make a new low, because that's a long way down, and price started going up, momentum started going up, and when you've got everything saying the same thing, then you've got trading opportunities. And the first trading opportunity was here, when price went up above the river of value and then came down, price went up. Same thing here. So the first opportunity on the 1-minute chart was here, price went back down to value, the river, which crossed over and started going up. So my first entry was actually here. You got a little bit of red followed by green, and price went up. And then you got to wait for price, when it's up here, you got to wait for price to show you that it's going to go back to value, and when it gets back to value you make a judgment on, is it going to bounce or is it going to go through. When price goes through the value river, it very often goes through with trend bars, all explained on my course. But this is a trend bar, this is a trend bar, full big bodied candlesticks. This is a pin bar, and price goes back to the EMA here with an indecision red candlestick and then bounces. So I waited for the first bounce. When that went red and started going green, I was in for 20 points, something like that, with a 4-point risk, which is not bad at all, is it? Then price came back to the river, and the river is flowing up at this stage, and so we got another bounce here. So there's a trade here, and when the same thing happened here, with no divergence on the indicators, momentum indicators, you've got another trade here and another bounce trade here before, look, notice, massive green candlestick at the end. Well, you wouldn't know it was the end then, but at the end of a long trend leg, big long candlestick after price had been going up for half an hour, and no bounce at that stage, or a small bounce. But as time went on, things sorted themselves out in terms of momentum. Momentum was down, and then the the divergence wrings itself out of price, and that's what you have to wait for in terms of trading opportunities. So no trades in here, and then there's a reversal pattern here, which is a number 1 reversal pattern in my killer reversals, and then price went up. So there's another entry here, price went red, and then the candlestick went green, and there's an entry, and it bounced up again here before going through. And this momentum indicator here shows you that between here and here there was a divergence. Whenever price reaches a previous high and the momentum indicator is at a lower value, then you've got divergence. And so whilst that was a good long in here, you then got indicators that said don't go long anymore, don't go short yet because price is still going up, but don't go long anymore and let it come back down. And so now price is looking as though it's diverging on both charts, and we wait, or some traders do anyway, because I've done until the US Open. That was the DAX today, and it's now 2 hours into the trading day, so things have quietened down quite a bit, and we take a break and do something else with our lives, with hopefully good money in our pocket. My traders should have done well today, and if you are consistent with what you're doing, if you repeat, eventually it becomes natural to you. Sometimes you do sit there and think, is this as easy as it looks? And actually, once you've got these patterns in your brain, then it can be. And it isn't for everybody, because we're all affected by the emotional trance almost of having money involved. We're all affected by it differently, and you need to overcome the emotional aspects of trading before you can become a profitable trader consistently. You do that by learning and knowing these patterns by heart. And once you know them by heart and you've got a successful system, then you can operate it, hopefully on a regular basis like I do, and do it successfully. And that's about being a pro. So I hope you found that useful. My name's Anthony Beardsall. Catch you on the next video. Thanks for joining me. Leave me any comments and do subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Bye for now.